All right, so this is my week one matchup for our Pokemon Showdown Little Cup League, and I'm the team on the right here. You can see if you're familiar, there's a few banned Pokemon. We have slightly different rules. There are banned Pokemon still, but a few that are banned in normal LC are legal here. Um, big ones for me are Meditite and Magby. But he's got a really good team too here. Elekid is scary. Arcanine and Sandshrew also pretty scary. And then Wingull, I mean, just does well against my team. I only have three, or I have three weaknesses, only two resistances, and everything else is neutral. Um, so, Wingull can definitely do some work to my team here too. But so looking at what I've kind of prepped here, I've got Honage with Shadow Sneak, Iron Head, Sacred Sword, Sword Stance. Um, Wooper, kind of a defensive set here, but chance to kind of steamroll if I can get Curse off with Body Press, which takes the defensive stats. So you can see I've invested defense here. Um, and Curse adds to the defense stat. So Body Press will be pretty good there if I get it off, and then Earthquake just for coverage. Um, Flittle is my special attacker. I've got it with Calm Mind, Stored Power, Psyshock. Um, Obviously, it's got Speed Boost, and he doesn't have any Pokemon you may notice that are he doesn't have any Dark types, so or sorry, yeah, no Dark types. So even though he resists Psychic on a few, nothing is immune. So um, I was between Psyshock and some other moves, but with Stab there and Calm Mind, I wanted to be able to hit both physical and special attackers. So Psyshock hits physically and Sword Power hits specially. So I've got good coverage there with Flittle to be able to do some work. Tinkatink is my probable lead. Um, I'm going to try to get my goal here is to get Stealth Rocks off, which is why I've got the Focus Sash. I'm in between. Right now, I have it built pretty quick. Just want to see 212 plus. Get it down to 12. So my one thought is if he leads Arcanine, or so Arcanine's 55. Arcanine's gonna be faster. Actually, no, Tink would be faster regardless. Um, if he leads Arcanine, he could still get rocks off. He'll probably hit me. Um, but if he like sets up, I could potentially use Endeavor there. So I may do that because my one concern is if he leads Sandshrew and does Rapid Spin and I move first and I set rocks, Rapid Spin's just going to immediately take it away. Or if I move second and he Rapid Spins, I get rocks off, and then if he Rapid Spins again, I would anticipate Encore. Um, so if he Rapid Spins again, I'd lock him into that, and I already did the damage calcs. Rapid Spin doesn't do enough times that if he hit me three times, I'd be dead. So what I would do is rocks. So he'll Rapid Spin, I'll get rocks out. He'll Rapid Spin again, I'll Encore to lock him into Rapid Spin. Then I would Stealth Rock again into his, or after his third Rapid Spin, which would only do damage because there'd be nothing on the field. So he'd have a +3 speed, but I would then get Stealth Rocks out. I'd assume that he's going to go, well, he'd be locked in. So if he stays in, I switch to Honage, which is immune to Rapid Spin. And he's locked in, then even if he's faster than me, if I Sword Stance and Shadow Sneak, um, I can do some, or Sacred Sword right away. Sword Stance into Sacred Sword because he's gonna be locked in to Shadow Sneak there, or to and I've got the air balloon, so as long as he's locked in, that won't break until he does something else. And Honage, my concern would be is weak to ground types, he's probably going to put Earthquake on there. But if he gives like an Ice move or something, I'll definitely live that. And then Sacred Sword, fighting type, would one shot him there. Him being quad weak to that's assuming he doesn't switch out. But no matter what, I want to get rocks on the field and then start doing some damage because my last two, Magby and Metatite, can really do some damage. If I get Metatite on the field in a good matchup, I just have to Trailblaze one time to get the speed boost, and then I can one shot everything on his team with this set. So that's where the like getting rocks can be really important here. I don't necessarily need it, but I really would like it because if I can get some good chip damage, I can really do a lot of damage everywhere else here. So and then Magby too, same thing. Um, if I can get a setup opportunity with Belly Drum and Mach Punch, I can pretty much take out his whole team. I don't think, if I remember correctly, he has anything that is immune to fighting. Yeah, so he's got some decent coverage there as far as resistances, but nothing is immune to Mach Punch, and a +6 is going to do some damage regardless if he switches out of something into it. And then most likely Magby's speed at 19, you can see there's only two, Wingull um, and Elekid, that are faster. But if I get, let's say he switches in, and I already have one Mach Punch at +6 on Wingull, another one, it's not surviving that. And then I do have Thunder Punch, Fire Punch, but Mach Punch is really the thing there, especially too if I'm getting rocks. Wingull takes major damage from rocks. So um, feeling pretty good about my plan here. Like I said, really want to get um, Tink set up here. So that's what we're gonna. I think that's what we're gonna go with. So yeah, I'll attach the actual game footage after this and a slight recap as well. Um, but yeah, let's get into the match. All right, we got the match from week one here. Um, I'll go through it with sound off, and let me see if I can go speed slow just to kind of talk through how it went. Um, so lead was pretty much what we anticipated. Uh, got rocks off. He got rocks off. Nice little trade there. Um, then he switched, and I tried to hit it with Encore because I thought it was going to stay in. But then just switched to Honage, assuming the rapid spin. Um, he went Swords Dance instead, so it was actually an opportunity for him to sweep. Fortunately, I survived the triple axle here and was able to get a pretty good hit with Sacred Sword there to knock him out. Because if that doesn't happen, Sandshrew can absolutely sweep with that Sword Dance. That thing hits like a truck. So was happy there, and then there just wanted to get some damage off to finish off. This was an interesting trade. I was so happy when I saw Wooper come out because, as we talked about in the prep, I put Trailblaze on this thing, and if I got the Trailblaze off, specifically against Wooper, which you just saw, one shot, it's it. Now I have the speed boost, and he has nothing that can really stop this. So pretty quick game. Um, you'll see I sweep from here because uh, there was nothing he could do. I thought maybe he'd have a choice scarf on something, but he didn't. So I outsped, and it kind of went exactly how we had hoped, which was get Metatite out with Trailblaze and hit everything. And yeah, so done in 10 moves. I mean, that's kind of the expectation with LC matches is they can move a little quickly. Um, Bullet punch there. I probably could have hit it with something else. I think it resisted the other two. Uh, Probably shouldn't have gone with a nasty plot, but that was really all he had if he thought he was going to be faster than me. But back-to-back bullet punches, he had nothing he could do. So that's it. Pretty quick. Uh, you know, Prepped exactly for that scenario and what we wanted. So I didn't have to show what other builds I had. So you know, um, solid win, and we'll get next week's up here soon as well. Hopefully, we can go 2-0. But yeah, good start to the season. I'm actually playing the guy next week who um, won our last season, so week 2 should be a good matchup. Yeah, thanks for watching.